So I continue. Number 3 of the Reading the Spark, the practical application of radical responsibility. Reading the document, one of many about certain each has a certain topic. This one is about distinction. There is no enemy, turning problem into solution. And so the experiment. Spark of 42. Agree with the enemy and use the problem as the solution. Decide to start this experiment right now. Within an hour, you will encounter some form of problem, big or small, technical or personal. You will have a problem. Decide already now that this problem is an ally rather than an enemy. Decide now that the next bothersome person is actually an agent of evolution in disguise sent to you with your next evolutionary assignment. Decide already now, beforehand, to agree with them. Just already agree. If they are saying that you are wrong, that you overlooked something, or that you made a mistake, simply agree. If they inconvenience you in some way, do not defend yourself from the irritation. Let it do its work on you. Notice that if you agree with the enemy, then you cannot distinguish yourself from the enemy. If you cannot distinguish yourself from the enemy, then there is no enemy. Do not try to explain their actions to yourself. Do not create excuses for their inactions. Realize that because you are both striving to make things more evolved, you are both dedicated to the same goal. Just like in a soccer, it means you are on the same team. Each team needs all the weird perspectives and unique intelligences and skills of each player. Say, wow, you were right. Look at that. It's a problem. Do not try to find a solution. First, be where the problem is. Let yourself have the viewpoint that is really a problem, and let the problematical nature of the details work on you. This will not be comfortable. Once you have the same perspective as the bringer of the problem, the next action becomes obvious. The next action will come out of agreement, not from being the lone hero, the fighter of the enemy, the bringer of the solutions. The solutions you come up with this new way may be solutions you never could have created from your old survival strategy. These solutions will be more evolutionary for everyone involved. Do this experiment more than once. Notice any patterns in the solution that get created. Share your discoveries with the others by giving an online or offline work talk titled something like "The Problem is the Solution." Record your work talk and post it on your website. Notice any pattern that share your discoveries with the others by giving an or work talk. Then possibility management, they offer also, people pay 10 euro each or something, like sharing your discoveries. I haven't offered one yet, but I plan to a few times. Maybe I could now. Spark 42. I have a topic I'm passionate about, is like relationships, like I've been using Sword of Clarity, practicing few things, something else. So this is very interesting, turning problem into solution. And I imagine someone is accusing me or I'm the problem. That's very hard, but maybe there are easier scenarios where you could join them with the problem solving. It's nice. So the second experiment, count your enemies and go thank them. In your possibility team, sit in a big circle with your beep books. Title a fresh page, My Enemies. Beep books, they say, like, for example, they encourage people to wear something like a book as a researcher, so your identity shifts into researcher rather than being in a survival. And so you notice how you're feeling, what's the emotion, what is your next step in your radical responsibility as an adult. Title a fresh page, My Enemies. Make a list of people who are now or who were at one time your enemy. After each name, write a few words about why they are your enemy. For example, Jimmy, he put an ad on the school newspaper that my bike was for sale and it was not for sale, and so on. And so after about 15 minutes, reorganize into teams of 3, a possibilitator sitting across from a client and a coach sitting to the side of the possibilitator. First, the client reads their list of enemies. Both the possibilitator and the coach help to jog the client's memory to remember additional people they have classified as enemies who they may have forgotten or blocked themselves from remembering. After 5 minutes, the client selected one of their prominent enemies and tell the who it is. The possibilitator stands up and spins around 360 degrees to shift identity into the person, unless of course the enemy is the same person. Then the client has the opportunity to practice thanking the person for being their enemy and creating such a learning environment for them. So like there is this practice that you have anyone, it's called completing complete emotions, and it's very similar process. It's called kind of a role play, but you become that person and you have around these 13, 10, 12 minutes to talk to the person and what's on your heart. So this is probably very similar, but it's focused on thanking them for all the evolution that happened. So after 13 minutes, the possibilitator stands up and spins back to exit their role-playing character, then shift chair so that there is a new client. Continue until everyone is so, yeah, it's very similar. So then there will be one more experiment. I don't have enough time. It's 6 minutes already. Not sure because I wanted to make only 3 videos. So the last experiment, it's quite useful probably to just write a list of the enemies. It's an interesting one. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, and tag them. It's really true. So the next one will be design a society in which there is no enemy. I will not probably get to that. It's too long.